Typically, I don't care much about the NBA schedule. It doesn't matter to me as much as, say, the
Mhm.
NFL schedule because everybody in the NBA is playing the same teams, right? And they've taken away a lot of the back to backs and some of that sort of stuff. But this is what I do care about, Sean. This is what I do think is interesting. And by the way, it
Mhm.
is kind of fun that they're starting the season off. The first two games are against Orlando and San Antonio, which means against Paulo and against Wembanyama. And why
Indeed.
is that sort of fun? Is that those two guys were chosen over Amen Thompson and Jabari Smith. So those guys might come out with a little bit. I'm talking about the Rockets players might come out with a little bit of like, hey, we want to show you that we were just as good as those two top picks. However, what's interesting about the schedule, Sean, is home games early in the season. That's what I look at. And with the Rockets, they start off two games on the road, those two games, but then they have seven straight home games. And what I have noticed from watching the NBA for close to 50 years is that when you have an easier schedule early in the season and you can get off to a little bit better of a start, there's a momentum a lot of times when you're a young team specifically, as the Rockets are. And last year, they had this terribly weighted road schedule early on. And once you're a young team, and you start losing games, it gets hard to get out of it. It gets hard to get motivated, play defense. We saw that a lot with the Rockets the last couple of years, but it's almost like an avalanche that's coming at you, as opposed to now they're going to have some home. There's tough home games early in the season, but the NBA schedule is just tough these days. I mean, there's so many good
Yeah.
teams, especially out west. And so I think that's going to matter. Two road games, yes, but then they followed up with seven home games, Sean. That's a big deal.
You're listening to Houston Sports Talk.